Okay, now let us take AIEEE 2006 problem, which says if this quadratic is given to you in complex number, alright, you have to find the value of this expression, which is z plus 1 by z, z square plus 1 by z square square, and this goes on up till 6 terms. Alright, it's again a very standard question, and those students who know that what is the meaning of this quadratic equation, they would have easily done this question. Alright, so first of all, understand what you mean by this. If you don't know, just learn it that the roots of this quadratic equation are omega and omega square. Alright, this is very important that you should know that z square plus z plus 1 is equal to 0 has roots omega and omega square. This was the beauty of this question, that students who know that the roots of this quadratic are omega and omega square, the question becomes very easy then. And obviously now you can see that the question will become very easy. Let's see, if z plus 1 by z, what it will become? If let's say if I take the first root is, I'll solve the question in two parts. Alright, when once the root is omega and the other time when the root is omega square. Alright, so when once it is omega, this will become what? This. We know that 1 by omega, 1 can be replaced by, because we know that omega cube is equal to 1. So if I replace omega cube over here, what I'll get? I'll get omega plus omega square, which is nothing but minus 1, because 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. Okay, so by that I can say minus 1. And since it's been squared up, alright, now squaring, alright, this will be squared, everything will be squared. So this will also be squared, this will result in 1. Now coming back to the next part, which will be 1 by z square. So this will be omega square by omega square. Again replacing these kind of things, what I'll get? Again I'll get omega plus omega square, which will be minus 1, and the net answer will be 1. Okay, so you can just see every block will come out to be 1. If I take omega cube plus 1 by, sorry, z cube, this very easy, this is omega cube plus 1 by omega cube, alright, which is nothing 1 plus 1, which will be, okay, 2, alright, and this square, so this will become 4 over here. Okay, now coming next to z4 plus 1 by z4, this will be omega 4 plus 1 by omega 4. We know that omega 4 is nothing but omega only. Alright, and this could be written as omega plus omega square, which will again come out to be minus 1, and if I square that, it will be 1. Okay, now coming again to similarly you can solve for z5 plus 1 by z5. It will again come out to be minus 1. Squaring that, I'll get 1. Coming to z6 plus 1 by z6, this will come out to be omega 6 plus 1 by omega 6, which is nothing but what? 1 plus 1, because these are powers of 3. So any power of 3 will give you 1. Alright, so squaring this, you will get 2 square, which is 4. Now you just have to add all these up. What you will get? See, 1 plus 1 2 plus 4 6 plus 7 plus 4, that will be 11, and plus 1 here as well. So the net answer will become 12, which is there in the option D over here. Now you just have to solve, check it for that other root also give the same answers or not. Let's try it out. Obviously it will give, but let's see. It will be omega square plus 1 by omega square. Now 1 by omega square will be omega only, because they are reciprocals of each other as well, that we know from the property. This will be minus 1, and squaring that we will get 1. Similarly, if you go for z square by 1 by z square, this will be what? Omega square plus 1 by omega 4. Alright, so omega 4 will be what? Sorry, this will be also, let me just rub it off. This will be omega 4 as well. This will be omega 4. We know that omega 4 is nothing but omega only. So this will become 1 omega plus 1 by omega, which is, we have already solved it. If you see here, we have already solved here, which will, that implies it will give again 1. Omega 1 by z, this will give omega 6 plus 1 by omega 6, which we have already solved it here. Again, the answer will come out to be 4. So similarly, if you go on and do calculations like this will again give me these set of values, which if I add them up again will give me the answer 12. So hence option D is correct in this case, and hence this question is being solved. So the major point in this question was that you should know that the roots of quadratic equation z square plus z plus 1 is equal to omega and omega square. This is a very basic thing. You should know this. Alright.